Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me. Confirm that you can hear me. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. It feels good to start the Friday session again after a long break. Yeah, good evening, Marufat. He's doing very well, thank you. Dennis, good evening. Good evening, Adijat. Good evening, Oluwafemi. Florence, good evening. Sorry about that, Florence. The service is acting out. It affected me earlier as well. Yetunde, good evening. He's doing great. Greetings, Sunday. Good evening, Antonia. Good evening, everyone. I want to manage my time, so I would not be able to go through everyone's name, but then I appreciate everyone. So if it's good again to have our general Friday session after the long break. Welcome, everyone. And tonight we will be doing something a bit different. I decided to let us learn more about enunciation. There are different types of speakers. We have the incoherent speakers. These are the types of speakers that when they talk, their words don't really make sense. Their ideas, thoughts, and concepts are not well put together, such that the listeners or the audience might be confused at the end of it all or find it boring. Then we have the coherent speakers. This kind of speakers that can put their thoughts together and they can easily share it with their audience. Then we have the articulate speakers. An articulate speaker will not just be able to share his or her thoughts, but such speaker would also be able to enunciate words well, such that the listeners can easily understand what you're saying. But not just that, you're also able to sway them with how your words are being formed and how they are being heard. So this evening, I want us to talk about the key step to being an articulate speaker. And one of the key steps is to enunciate words correctly. So what does it mean to enunciate words? To enunciate words simply means to make sure that every sound within a word is distinct, such that your listener can easily hear it. They can easily understand what you're saying. It's simply like you spotlighting all the sounds in a syllable or all the sounds in a word. And one key way to do that is to avoid murmuring your words together or blurring your words together. So let's consider how you can improve your enunciation with practical exercises. And at the end, would focus on one of these practical exercises that I will be sharing with you tonight. So let's get to it. Now, the first thing that you must understand is enunciation, PHCN, is different from pronunciation. Pronunciation refers to saying words correctly. So when I have a word, I'm able to pronounce the word correctly using the right stress pattern, using the accepted sound. While enunciation is more about scriptness, you're pronouncing your words correctly while making sure that you're not mumbling your words. Excuse me. While making sure that the sound in that word is not joined together or mixed together. Instead, each sound is heard well. So it means that you can pronounce your word well without proper enunciation. You can speak with great accent without proper enunciation. So enunciation is more of you being able to speak with whatever accent, your natural accent, or trying to sound like a particular region or a particular set of people, while your listeners can easily understand or hear each word that you are saying. To remember, our goal tonight is to help us improve our enunciation such that when we speak, each word is clearly heard. So let's pay attention to some key principles for clear enunciation. The first is the speed at which you speak. You want to slow down. Now, slowing down doesn't mean speaking sluggishly. No. You must speak fast. You must speak smart, excuse me, not fast. You must speak smart. However, you want to speak in a pace that is convenient for you and your listeners. Because when you speak too fast, your words tend to run over each other. And also, when you speak too slow, your audience might find it boring or find you sluggish, etc. So you do not want to be sluggish. You do not want to be too fast. You want to speak at a pace that is convenient for you, such that you're not losing your breath easily or you're not getting tired. And you also want to speak at a pace that is convenient, excuse me, that is convenient for your audience, such that they can easily process what you're saying and they're not lost in between your words. Second is you want to open your mouth as wide as possible. Now, there are different sounds in English. There are some sounds that requires you to open your mouth very well. Example of such sound is the ah sound. So most times when you have a word with letter A that makes the ah sound, as in the word manner, manner, the ah sound must be clearly heard. We can also have the word athlete, not athletes. The th, your tongue is outside. Athlete is an athlete, not is an athlete. Another of such sound is the air sound. So if I have the word elephant, not elephant, L. Now look at this word. There are two E's in this word. The first E makes the air sound, a clear sound. Your mouth is wide open. The second E makes the A sound. Let me write the sound symbols. So here is the sound of the first E, and here is the sound of the second E. So the first E sounds a sound that requires you to open your mouth wide enough. The second E sounds a. Watch my mouth. A. This sound does not require you to open your mouth wide. Just open it a bit. But what a lot of people do is they go ele. They use the same sound for the first E and the second E. That is wrong. So it is only the first E that requires you to open your mouth a little more than the second E. So watch my pronunciation again. Watch my mouth as I pronounce the word again. Elephant, 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 not elephant. Elephant. So what I'm saying here is you must be able to identify sounds that requires you to open your mouth wide, sounds that requires you not to open your mouth, so that when you get to such sound, you can easily open your mouth as appropriate to help you produce the sound as it should be produced without mumbling. And that would, of course, aid your articulation. So let's quickly identify the sounds, the open sounds. Now, mainly, it is the vowel sounds that can be grouped into open sounds, closed sounds, and central sounds. In English language, there are 20 vowel sounds. So let me quickly get the IPA so we can quickly expatiate on that. So in English language, there are 20 vowel sounds. Now, these 20 vowel sounds are divided into monophthongs and diphthongs. Now, the monophthongs and the diphthongs can be divided into open sounds, central sounds, and closed sounds. So now let's identify the vowels that are opened, the ones that are closed, and the ones that are central. I'll share my slide again. Can you see my slide now? Can you see my slide now? Can you see my slide? Khadija says no, no. Similola says no. Nuruddin says yes. Titi says yes. Titi says yes. Okay, those of you that cannot see it, you might need to swap your screen. Swap left, swap right. You find it there. It's somewhere there. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so let's proceed. Now on the chart, this is called the IPA chart. Now these sounds here are the consonant sounds. There are 20 of them. Now the others, the ones with blue background, they are the vowel sounds. These ones here are the monophthongs. There are 12 monophthongs, while these ones are the diphthongs. There are 8 diphthongs. So when we add the 12 monophthongs and the 8 diphthongs, they will make the 20 vowel sounds. So the monophthongs and the diphthongs make up the 20 vowel sounds. So now, out of all of these sounds, some of them are open sounds. The open sounds are the sounds that you need to open your mouth wide enough to articulate them. Some of them are mid sounds. The mid sound, you don't open your mouth wide, you just open it a bit. Mid. Another name for those sounds are the closing, are the central sound. So for such sound, you do not open your mouth wide. You just open them a bit. You just open your mouth a bit when you are pronouncing them. Then we have the closed vowels. So for the closed vowels, we do not open our mouth as much as we do for both the open and the closed sounds. Now let's consider some of the open vowels. Now the first open vowel that we have is this sound right here. It is articulated ah. Look at my mouth. Ah. You can see that my mouth already explains it. It opened, wide open. Ah. Another example of an open vowel is ah. 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 Now, if you look at this one up here, this is an example of a closed vowel. Uh, 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 uh. So let's take it again. This ah, an open vowel. This, ah, a mid vowel or a central vowel. And this, closed vowel. I hope that explains what an open vowel is, what a closed vowel is, and a central vowel. If it does, please let me know in the chat. Give feedback. Open vowel, you open your mouth wide. Here is an example. Ah. Central vowel, you open your mouth a bit. It's not so wide and it is not closed. Ah, ah, ah. Here is a symbol, example for the mid or the central vowel. And this is an example of a closed vowel. Uh, uh, uh. My mouth is not opened at all. Uh, 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 uh. Let me know if you understood what an open vowel is, a closed vowel, and a mid vowel. A central vowel, example of central vowel is this one that looks like V upside down with the word UP under it, up. Baby, it's not charging. This laptop will go off in a moment. Up. Excuse me, please. I'm trying to plug in my laptop. It's charging now. Okay, so somebody said, please go over it again. We have the open vowel, mid vowel, closed vowel. It's not charging again. Excuse me, please. Maybe you should put that thing down. Don't shake. I'm recording. Please stop requesting access to record. You get the recording. I'm recording. Please give me a few seconds to get my laptop in order. I need to charge it so it doesn't go off. It's charging now. Let me put it on the floor. Okay. So let's proceed now. I'll go over it again. 3 vowels. Open vowel, central vowel, closed vowel. It's very simple. When you articulate a vowel and you open your mouth wide enough, it means that that vowel is an example of an open vowel. Such example, in fact, this vowel here is the most open vowel. Ah, 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 ah. Open. Mid vowel. Ah, 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 ah. My mouth is opened, but it's not as opened as the first sound. Closed vowel. Uh, 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 uh. So the 3 major open vowels that we have in English, the first is ah, this one. The second is ah. So this is the first. This is the second. Ah. And we have oh, oh, oh. These are the major open vowels that we have. Ah, ah, oh. These are the major open vowels. So if I were you, henceforth, when I have a word that has any of these 3 open vowels, I would make sure that my mouth is wide open. Remember, our objective is to become more articulate such that we can enunciate our words clearly. And to do that, your mouth positioning is important. Where you should open your mouth, open it wide enough. Where you should close your mouth, where you have the closed vowel, like the sound or the a sound, make sure your mouth is closed. And where you have the mid vowel, make sure your mouth is also mid, not as opened loud, as open, not as opened wide, rather, as the open vowels, and it should not be closed like the closed vowel as well. Okay, so let me get back to my slide. Now that I have share this. So first is you need to slow down. Do not be in a hurry to complete your words, to finish whatever you're saying. Take your time. However, don't be sluggish. While you're slowing down, be smart. And The second is open your mouth as wide as possible when needed or when necessary. The next is articulate your sounds correctly. Now, each sound, vowel sounds, consonant sounds, they have their objectives. There's a reason why we have them. The consonant sounds are usually very important at the ending of your words and at the beginning of your word, especially at the ending. For non-native English speakers, most times we swallow or drop the ending sound at the end of words. Note that word, swallow. I didn't say swallow. I said swallow, not swa. Swallow. Take note of that pronunciation. So we hear people say things like, I will call you. Is it call you or call? There is a l at the end of that word. I will call you, not I will call you. What happened to the l at the end? You hear them say, you are late for school. It's school. You're late for school. What happened to the ending sound at the end? Why drop it? You hear them say, I want to go and watch football. Is it football or football? What happened to the t and the l at the end of such words? So most especially at the end of words, we tend to swallow the ending sound. If you usually do that, you need to start to consciously articulate the ending consonant sound. Very important. It helps you to be articulate. It helps you to be clear. Remember, the objective of being articulate is to be clear so that people do not kind of assume what you're saying. So imagine you're talking to someone who is not Nigerian. I will call you. That person might not understand. But if you're referring to Nigerians, we might understand. But of course, you're not practicing all of this to sound like every other person or to only be able to communicate with people in your local environment. You want to be able to communicate on a standard scale, on a global level, such that when you're talking to anyone from any part of the world, they can easily understand what you're saying. So please do not drop or swallow the last consonant sounds in words, except the sound is silent. If the sound is not silent, please articulate it. Pay special attention to it and sound it. Now let's talk about the vowels. The vowels are there to help carry your voice. It's also important that when you have vowel sounds in a word, you articulate them distinctly. It is so funny in English that the English vowels sound alike, which is why you see people articulate S-E-A-T. You see people articulate S-E-A-T and S-I-T the same way. Or you see people articulate S-A-Y and S-A-Y-S the same way. Why? Because vowel sounds sound alike. We call them family members. But as someone who is paying attention to his or her diction, you should not make such mistake. Now let's take these set of words. This one, an average Nigerian will pronounce it as seats. Seats. Both will pronounce the same way. Seat, seat. That is wrong. The first one has the vowel E, a long vowel, E. So it should be correctly articulated as seat. The second one has the vowel E. So it should be correctly articulated sit. S-E-A-T, seat. Watch my mouth. Seat. S-I-T, sit. Sit. Seat. Sit. Sit on the sit, please. Sit on the seat, please. Excuse me. Sit on the seat, please. Now the next set of words, we have say, a, The vowel in that word is A, say. And in the other word, we have says. The AY there sounds says. So it's not says. Another Nigerian will say says. No. The first is say. The second is says. The vowel changes. You realize that as I speak, the vowel help carry my voice. Until you get to the vowel sound, your voice would not really sound high. It is a vowel that help your voice to go high or go low, depending on the energy you used when articulating it. Say, says, sit, sit. So when articulating your vowel sounds, you do not want to sound vague. You don't want to rush over them. Do not rush over your vowels. Take your time when you get to your vowels. Aside from the fact that the vowels sound alike, another thing that you need to know about the vowels is the length of the vowels. So because of the length of the vowels, you must slow down when you get to the vowels. Don't make them vague. Don't mumble them. When you mumble your vowel, your words would automatically come out mumbled. And that would not give that crisp and clear goal you're trying to achieve. Okay. Let's try this sentence. I'll write the sentence on the screen. If you'd like to practice it with me, please raise your hand. I need just 2 people. Okay. Okay. So I have Sandro. Sandro, please unmute. Sandro, please unmute. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Please read the first sentence. Remember, pay attention to where your mouth should open wide and where it shouldn't. Do not swallow your ending consonant sounds. And then when you get to your vowels, make sure you do not rush over them. Please read.
You have to sit to watch football here.
Very well. Please pay attention to SIT. Pronounce the SIT word again.
You have to sit to watch football. Sit.
Sit. You have to sit.
Okay. You have to sit to watch football here.
To watch football here. I love how you articulated the word here. Thank you, Sandro. Okay, Modukwe, good evening. Please unmute.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Please take the second sentence.
She says, please call when you arrive home.
Very well. So please note the Z sound in please. Z. The S in the word please sounds like a Z. She says, I love that you emphasize that word says. Yes, not she says. Very well. So let's proceed. Thank you, Modupe. Now let's talk about real life things that you can start to do to help you pay attention to these things to be sure if you are doing them rightly or wrongly. First is you want to read aloud, record, and then listen to your reading. I cannot overemphasize the power of reading aloud. Let me share a story with you. Years ago, I used to attend Arabic classes. And for Arabic classes, you need to do a lot of blending. So when they write a word in Arabic, you need to be able to identify each sound in that word. Then you need to be able to blend the sounds together. So something like al, alam, something like that. So many times after Arabic classes, you would be asked to go home to practice. And then when you return to class the next day, you must be able to produce those set of words. So we used to have our instructor come home. And normally my dad would not allow them hit us or beat us. Of course, you can scold, but not with stick and all. So after the Arabic class, when we get home, when we get into the room, our dad would be like, have you revised? I would say, yes. Yes, I did revise, but I would not revise out loud. I would read in my mind. And in my mind, it would really sound correct. So when the instructor gets back, I would struggle to produce the same thing I had produced in my mind while I was practicing. I would struggle to read it out to him. So it went on like that for let's say a few weeks. And then he had to call my dad's attention that, oh, Rukoya is not doing very well, blah, 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 blah. That's my Muslim name. So it got to a stage, my dad was concerned. She's a smart girl, so what happened? And there's this saying in Islam or as a Muslim that if you can read Arabic well, you would not struggle with any other language, or even you won't struggle with your schoolwork and all of those. So my dad got really concerned. So whenever my dad returns from work, my dad would ask me to come read to him. Before he returns, I would have read in my mind, like I would read, but not read out. You know the way we read English when you're reading for exam. When we read out, my mom would be like, don't read out, you won't comprehend. So we used to read in our mind for exam. So I would use that same strategy for Arabic classes. So I would read in my mind. And in my mind, it would just sound right, like correct. Then my dad would get back. My dad would ask me to read. Then I would struggle again. So my dad would take me through the reading again. My dad would take me through the reading again. Then when my instructor gets here, I would read better. So my dad told me, anytime you want to read Arabic, do not read inside. Don't read in your mind. Read aloud. And that's the truth when it comes to improving communication. I think you're able to comprehend when you read inside for exam because you're not working on your communication. Instead, you're trying to assimilate information. But when it comes to you reading to improve articulation or pronunciation of any language, reading aloud is the best. Because in your head, it's just going to sound correct, right? But when it's time for you to read out, you start to struggle. You start to find it difficult to put those words together correctly. So I strongly recommend reading aloud. Always read aloud. And do not just read aloud. Record and listen to what you have read. And that is one of the things we do in the Diction Mastery Academy. Every day, participants get to read or pronounce words, and then they submit it. And then they submit it for feedback. Somebody listens to their recording and give feedback. Just for a long time. So please read aloud. Do not just read aloud. While reading aloud, you want to identify sounds or words where you tend to mumble or where you slur together, or maybe consonant sounds that you dropped at the end of words. Remember, don't drop any consonant sound at the end of words. Don't mumble or slur your vowel sounds. Open your mouth quietly, widely where needed. So you want to pay attention to those things. This makes you to be self-aware. And the truth is, self-awareness is crucial for anything at all. I say self-awareness is the beginning of solution. That is the first step to solution. When you're not aware of something, you won't even find help. So you want to do that. While you're doing that, you want to listen. While you're reading aloud, you want to record yourself, then listen to your recording and pay attention to where you mumbled, where you slow, and where you dropped your syllables. Now, while reading aloud, you also want to try to read backwards. That's what we'll be doing together tonight. You want to read your passage backwards. So let's assume I want to read what's on my screen. Instead of saying read backward, try reading a paragraph. I would go paragraph, reading, try, backward, read. It might not make sense, but it helps you to pay more attention to pronouncing each word independently rather than relying on the usual flow. Most times when you are reading and we're trying to create a flow, we tend to drop some sounds unconsciously, or then we tend to rush over some words unconsciously, especially for some of us that our brains work faster than our speech organs, than our mouth. It happens. So tonight I have a short reading passage that we'll practice together to help us read backward while making sure that we do not slur our vowel sounds, and also we do not drop the ending consonant sounds. Now, if you're in the academy, please allow those that are not in the academy to practice. Once it's 9 p.m., we'll end this session and I'll send a new link to those in the academy to join so we can fully practice. Remember how we run the Friday sessions? We give those that are not yet in the academy the opportunity to have a feel of what we do in the academy. So if you're in the academy, I recommend that you put your hands down, as you would have more time to practice once we get back by 9 p.m. So we have about 11 minutes to practice. So if you're not in the academy, raise your hand. If you're in the academy, please allow those that are not in the academy to raise their hand. Simply put your hands down. Thank you. Ikechuku. Okay, I can see Ikechuku. Okay, Ikechuku, good evening. Please unmute. Ikechuku, please unmute. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Okay, note, the word is evening, not good evening. Evening. Good evening. Please try it again, ma'am.
The evening.
Okay, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Very well. We do not use the word ma for any other woman aside from our mother. The word ma'am or madam is appropriate for other women. It's only when we're referring to our mother that we use the word ma. And when we're greeting, when we're adding a title, ma, sir, ma'am, madam, we use rising tone. Good evening, ma'am. Okay, go ahead. Please take the first two sentences. Remember, we're reading backward. Please start. So you're starting from park, this word here.
Pa. The and walk.
The TH. I believe you can see my face. TH,
yes,
when we're pronouncing words with TH, your tongue should be out. You should place your tongue in between your teeth, and then you blow air. The. So please go ahead from the. I can hear you again. Okay, the next word.
N.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Walk.
Walk. Walk. It has a long vowel. Walk.
Walk. Long.
When we have N and G in a word, we do not pronounce the G sound. So we don't say long. The G should not be heard. We say long. Long.
Long.
Instead of long. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Long. Tag,
Go ahead.
tag. So decided. Tag.
Ikechukwu, are you still there?
Yes, I'm
Go
here.
ahead, ma'am.
So
Continue, ma'am.
decided.
Decided. Decided. Did, not dead. Decided.
Decided.
Did. Decided.
Decided.
Yes, please.
I.
Go ahead.
And.
Proceed, ma'am.
Friend.
Okay, and the last
Friend.
word is?
My.
And the last word is? Very well.
My.
So please take the reading now take the reading forward. From mine to park, take it forward now.
My friend and I decided to take a long walk in the park.
Okay, good. My friend and I decided to take a long walk in the park. Park, long vowel. Thank you, Kechuku. Okay, I'll call on someone
Thank you,
else.
ma'am.
Please mute yourself, ma'am. Wow, this name is too long. I don't know how to pronounce it. Happiness, please unmute. Happiness, please unmute. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please take the last word from birds to we. Birds, from birds to we. So read it backward, and then when you're done, you read it forward. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. It's just the right offset that are popping up as
Okay.
covering names. Okay.
What did you
Birds.
say?
No, it's okay now. I can see it. The right
Okay,
up
it's
was
okay. The
covering
word
it.
is
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
The word
Okay.
is okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Birds. The. Of. Sound. The. And. A. Fresh. The. Of. Smell. They. Loved. We. Park. The.
You're stopping
In.
at we. You're stopping at
Okay.
we, ma'am. Thank
Oh,
you. Yeah, pay attention to some words. Loved, loved. It has that vowel I talked about earlier, that it is a mid vowel, a central vowel. Love, not love. Loved,
okay. Loved.
loved.
Yeah.
Yes. Now read forward. We loved the smell. Read forward, ma'am.
Okay. We loved the smell of the
Love,
fresh.
love,
We
love.
loved. We loved. Is it correct?
Yes, love. We love.
Okay. We loved. We loved the smell of the fresh air and the sound
Air,
of the bird.
of the fresh air.
Of the fresh air.
Fresh air.
Of the fresh air and the sound of the birds.
And the
The
sound, not
sound.
sand. Sand is
Okay.
S-A-N-D, sand. while sound is sound.
Sound. Okay. We
Yes.
love the
So we
smell.
laughed.
The smell. Okay. We loved the smell of the fresh air and the sound of the birds.
Bird.
Bird.
That's better.
Bird.
Okay, please keep practicing. I need to call someone else. Kindly mute yourself, ma'am. Okay, I can't pronounce this name. Let me spell it. Anwonnemike. Anwonnemike, something like that. If that's you, please unmute. We have about 3 minutes to end this session.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, please read the first. Yes, ma'am. As I mentioned earlier, the ma should be used for only your mother. If you're talking to any other woman that is not your mother, please say ma'am or madam. Now, please take the first sentence in the second paragraph. So you're starting from shop and you end at first. Go ahead, ma'am.
Shop. Small.
I can't hear you, please. Your voice is low.
The letters are shop, smell, small. A. From.
The word is not a. Okay. This word, hold on, ma'am. Let me quickly explain. This word, this article, has two pronunciations. You can pronounce it as a. Have the word in a sentence. If you are emphasizing the word, you should pronounce it as a. So, for example, I saw a man. Yes, it's a man, not a woman. A man. It was a man I saw. A man, you're emphasizing. So you pronounce it as a man. But if you are not emphasizing, if you're just talking randomly and you don't need to emphasize the article a there, you just say, I saw a man. I saw not a again. I saw a man. I saw a man. I saw a man at the bus stop. Yes, it was a man I saw yesterday. It wasn't a woman. Yes, a man. A yellow man. I saw a yellow man. So two different pronunciations. If you're emphasizing, you pronounce it as a. If you're not emphasizing, pronounce it as a. So in this word, we are not emphasizing. So it is a in this sentence rather. First, we bought some good food from a small shop, not from a small shop. Please go ahead.
From food. Good. Some.
Food.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, I can hear you. The word is food, not food.
Food.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Say after me. Okay, say after me. Good.
Good.
So even though we have the same spelling, O in good and food, they are not articulated the same way. In food, the two O's sound oo. In good, the two O's sound O. Sam.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Please say after me, Sam.
Sam.
I didn't say some. Sam.
Okay, Sam. Sam.
Bought.
Bought.
We. First. First, we bought some good excuse me. First, we bought some goat food from a small shop. First, we bought some goat food from a small shop. Please read it.
First, we bought some goat food from a small shop. From a small shop.
Very well. From a small shop. I love that you are self-correcting. I love that you're correcting yourself. Keep it up. So we're going to conclude here. For those of you that are not in the 6 Weeks Diction Master Academy, I would believe that you must have seen a bit of difference, especially for those of you that practiced. So I would like to say thank you for showing up and of course for putting the work. When it comes to improving your communication skill, the most important steps are to show up and learn and to practice, learning and practicing. And if you ask me, I would say I noticed some changes. At least the last person who read, that was not the way she read when she read at first. Same with the 2 other people who read earlier. There is changes. That is the power of practicing. And that is what we do in the 6 Weeks Diction Mastery Academy. The truth is, these small weekly sessions that we usually have on Friday is just the tip of the iceberg. Because in the Diction Mastery Academy, Mondays to Saturdays, we keep practicing. Monday to Friday, participants learn on the e-learning platform at any time that works well for them. They submit the assignment to the WhatsApp group. The instructor listens to the assignment and give feedback to their assignment so they know what they are doing well, what they are not doing well. And on Friday, we meet like this. So after this session, after I end this session, I'm going to send them another link where we would complete this reading and further learn and practice, where I ensure that everyone who raised their hand is able to practice. And then tomorrow, we still get to meet where we have a breakout session where they're able to not just practice with me, but they're also able to practice with other participants in the academy. So let me ask you, how many of you felt like, I wish I could have more time to practice this technique so that I don't keep slurring my vowels and I don't keep dropping my consonant sounds at the end? I know quite a number of you will feel like that, but there is no time. And that is because you're not in the academy. If you are in the academy, I will create that time. And that is why you should join the 6 Weeks Diction Mastery Academy. All you need to join the academy is 20,999 Naira. If you're in Ghana, all you need to join is, 245 cedis. And with that, you're not just able to practice with me for a few seconds, but you're able to practice every day, Mondays to Saturdays. And the truth is, it is more about learning and practicing. Somebody asked me tonight, somebody paid for our webinar. I believe everyone here has attended our webinar. You know, the webinar runs every month. So every month we have one webinar. So he paid for our webinar this afternoon, and he asked this evening, will I ever speak like you? Will there be chances for that? How possible is that? And my reply was absolutely. You can with learning and practicing. The truth is there is no secret anywhere. Just learn committedly, practice consistently. But the thing is, if you don't learn the right thing, you would be practicing the wrong thing. Or should you learn and you're not practicing? You wouldn't get results. Or should you even practice, but you don't have someone to give feedback for you to be sure that you're practicing correctly? You might also not get results, which is why we have created a system that allows you to not just learn, but practice. And that's why I'm inviting you tonight, if you're not yet in the academy, to join the 6 Weeks Diction Mastery Academy. All you need is 20,999 Naira, where you were able to access our daily structured learning platform, Mondays to Fridays. You learn at any time that works for you. You access your assignment, you submit it in the assignment group, where you can also join the extended practice session in our members only session. We'll be starting the members only session soon. Once I end this session, we'll send them a link where those in the academy joins the session. And also on Saturdays, we have sessions where we have question and answer troubleshooting sessions, where they also have the breakout session. And of course, each participant get feedback Mondays to Saturdays to help them keep improving. So if you're ready to join the Diction Master Academy, all you have to do is make your payment into our account. The account is right here. Unfortunately, I don't have the account, but let me quickly write it here. So you're paying into the UBA account. Some of us are familiar with that account. If you're in Nigeria, all you have to do is pay into the UBA account.
No. Wait, when is it?
Apologies, my network sent me out. So I'm going to end this session now. Those in the academy, please go to the academy to get the new link to join tonight's session. If you're interested in joining the academy, here's the account details to pay into. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Ghana, you can request the account details in the screen. Thank you, in the group rather. Thank you, everyone. I'll end the session now. We'll continue with those in the academy. Please, if you're in the academy, go to the group to get the link to join so we can proceed. Thank you. The replay would only be sent to those in the academy. That's another advantage of being in the academy. Those that are not in the academy will not get the replay. The replay is only meant for those in the academy. Okay, thank